Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy AP, and I am back with another Cavs Connection podcast. Today, I don't really know what to call it, but basically, I went to X, Twitter, whatever you still call it. I don't know. I still find myself calling it Twitter. Asked you guys to ask me some questions for this upcoming episode, and y'all came through. I got about 12 questions, which is a lot for me, so I'm gonna kind of go through them. Now, mind you, this is off the cusp. I don't know whatever word that is, but I kind of just went through them quick. I didn't really think about them too much. I'm gonna see them for the first time and give you my thoughts. Okay, so this isn't like me like deep diving through these questions. I kind of just want to see if I can give you guys my honest like first opinions on what you guys asked me. So I'm just gonna go down the line, and first we got Ronnie Snacks, at Parkwood 09. Are are the Cavs done for the offseason? I think for the most part, yes. I do believe. I think we have one more roster spot. Um, I don't really know who that would be. I think I want is be Kevin Love. I get some people don't. I get maybe they want a younger piece or maybe like a more uh like like a another wing, maybe a defender wing. Like even if you can't really have offense, at least like put a good defender there. I don't really know. I'm down for K Love. I don't really know. But to answer your question, yeah, I think they're basically done for this offseason. Um, sad Cleveland fan at Cleveland at Cavs underscore talk. I can't speak. Is Dean Wade underrated? Yes and no. Uh, yeah, like he's shown flashes on offense. He's definitely a good like defender, rebounder, but he has shown flashes offensively. I just don't think he's like confident enough to take that leap. Um, but yeah, I would say he's underrated because people like some teams are looking to trade for him. I'm saying reports, and if that's true, then clearly he's a little bit more appreciated than we think. So yes, I would consider him underrated. Is Larry Nance Jr. the same guy he was in 2021, 22? I don't believe so. I think he's expanded his game with adding more consistent 3-point shooting in it. I still think, in a sense, he is though. He's still a good defender. He's still a good lob threat. Um, so I think we're getting a more well-rounded Larry Nance Jr. now. I think he was still good for us when back then. I just think we weren't good, so it kind of didn't really seem like he was doing much, I guess. And then last question he had for me, he said, What does Garland's peak realistically look like?" Um, it's very hard to say because I do think, in a good way, I promise, in a good way, uh, that, and I get this might not sound like a good way, but Garland and Mitchell hold each other back in a sense, and I don't mean I guess I shouldn't say hold each other back, but they like Garland would do more if Mitchell's not there and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know on this team. I think he can still look like a 22 to 24 point per game with 8 to 10 assists for sure. Sorry. Depending how Alonzo's role looks and how healthy he is, because Alonzo will take away a lot of that playmaking ability, like not ability, playmaking like responsibility. That's what I meant to say. But his peak, realistically, he could be like a 25 and 10 guy. I think so. That's like best case scenario. I don't see him being like an MVP type caliber player. Could be wrong. I hope so. That would be kind of dope. But you know what I'm saying. So appreciate you, sad Cleveland fan. We're not gonna be sad this year, okay? I promise. Lonzo underscore the land. He asks, is Mobley a future MVP caliber player? Yes. Um, thought this before all the like the Donovan Mitchell said that he needs to be an MVP caliber player. He's going to be that in his interview he did at the summer league game. Like before these like talks were coming, I thought he was to begin with. Because he's got the defensive part down. He just won defensive player of the year. We got that down right. Now it just comes down to like polishing his offensive game, getting more touches, becoming more comfortable, initiating the offense, not only for others, but for himself mostly. But I think we're going to see a really, really, really big leap from him this year, and I can't wait because we need him to. If we want to win the ship, it needs to like. It sounds silly because like Donovan Mitchell's probably like our best player on the team, but he's the best talent, I guess. But Mobley has the potential to literally be like an MVP type caliber player. So to answer your question, made it a little bit longer, but yes, he is. Rodney Holcomb said, "What moment will the franchise use for LeBron's statue when he inevitably retires in the near future, and will it be indoors like the Jordan statue in Chicago or outdoors?" I'll answer the second part of that question. I don't know about the indoor outdoor. I've never been to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. The Cavs Stadium. So I don't really know how it is outside, but I think outside would be kind of dope. But it also, I think inside would be dope too. So I don't really know. But I feel like you kind of have to make it the block. No, I get it'd be kind of hard. And would you have to add Iguodala in that too? And like I don't really know, but I feel like it would have to be the block. If not, I guess you could go. Yeah, I feel like it has to be, or just him holding up the trophy. The moment where he's like, "Cleveland, this is for you." Like that moment, just freeze that with the trophy or whatever. If he was holding the trophy at the time, and boom. Yeah, that's my guess. Um, Super hose. All right. Would Cavs sign Kevin Love if he is released now that they have signed Larry Nance Jr.? I still believe so. Kevin Love adds a lot more than just shooting and rebounding. He averages a lot of averages. He adds a lot of leadership. He knows a lot of these guys. This guy, let me speak, please. He knows a lot of the guys on the team. Um, knows them well, gets along with them well. So I think it just if we can't find someone that can actually like we know he's good enough to impact our second unit today, get Kevin Love back here. That's all I gotta say. Appreciate the question. Sev 45. Can Lonzo Ball have a Ty Jerome level impact? This is a very hard question for me to answer, and I'll tell you why. Um, but the way you asked it, I believe so, yes. Just in a different way. Ty Jerome is a better ISO scorer and better like on ball creator for himself. Lonzo's going to do a lot of the creation for others, and that is going to open up the floor more. Also, I do think we're missing that scoring creation guard off the bench though. So I'm hoping that we'll find that. Maybe Craig Porter Jr. can step up, Jalen Tyson could step up in that aspect, but I will miss Ty Jerome's creation for himself to get buckets and kind of spread the like not stretch the floor out, but kind of not make it so hard for the other people on the court. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're worried about him. He opens up things for other people by getting himself buckets, basically. But so answer your question, yes, but in a different way. Ken Cash asked, "Good chance Tomlin cuts into Wade's minutes." From what we see, yes, right? From what we see right now, yes. But Wade's a little bit more. Um, he's a veteran compared to Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited to see Tomlin. And how he. I hope he gets the opportunity this year, right? I hope he gets the opportunity to become something this year. And he will definitely cut into Wade's minutes if something happens and Wade's traded to one of the teams that are interested in him. Yeah, that kind of answered it. Second to none asks, "Can Mitchell ever be consistent enough to win in the playoffs?" Yes, I think so. I think last year was not the last year was weird. This past off season, this past postseason was weird. Because at the end of the day, you don't really know how serious those injuries are and stuff like that. But if he was really going through his injuries and kind of fighting us through those games, like getting at least one game in Indy and stuff like that, I think yes. And I think this kind of intertwines with the question earlier. I think if Mobley takes the extra leap to become the MVP type caliber player, I think it just opens up the game for Mitchell more to be himself and not have to take the load of all these other things that he has to do. So, yes. Vaughn asked, "What direction does the franchise go in at the trade deadline if the Cavs aren't looking like true contender?" Um, so to answer that, I think we are going to look like a true contender. Now, obviously, I get that's not what you meant. I'm assuming you believe that they'll be a true contender too, but anything can happen. Injuries can happen. Chemistry, whatever. So I think they're gonna stick with Donovan and Mobley. That's like 100% on the table, no matter how bad we are this year. Like if we are real bad. So I would say that they're probably gonna go in the direction of trading Allen and Garland. I don't want that to happen, and I don't think we'll get to that point. But that's the direction I think we're gonna go and try to get more pieces around them, basically. Cam asked, "What grade would you give the Cavs offseason?" It was very calm, good but calm, right? Like no, like Lonzo, if Lonzo is just a little bit better than what he was when he came back from the knee injury with Chicago, like for the half year last year, he'll be valuable to this team. And we only give up Okoro. Love Okoro, don't mean to shit talk him, but he wasn't really fitting with our team. It just wasn't there, right? Um, Grade though, I'll give it, since it was very calm. It wasn't like anything like crazy. Like Larry Nance Jr. was a good signing. Da 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 da. We let go of Ty Jerome though, which a lot of people would say would be bad. So grade right now, without seeing how Lonzo plays and all that stuff, I'll give it a C plus. I feel like it's fair. Maybe even a B minus, but I'll give it a C plus because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like it wasn't great. So we'll go C plus. We'll go C plus. Cavs Muse asked, who should the Cavs get rid of first, Garland or Allen? I hate this question, but I'm gonna say Allen, just because the value's still there. Not saying Garland doesn't have value, but this is more so a selfish answer because I love Garland so much and he's one of my favorite players in the league. And I feel like it's harder to replace Garland than it is Allen. So that's my opinion. But obviously, I think Garland's value is a little bit higher than Allen's. So I don't really know which way they would go. But me, you said who should the Cavs get rid of first? I think they should get rid of Allen. Well, actually, no. If I'm talking straight GM, no personal relationships, no nothing, I would get rid of Garland first because you can get the most out of him. But personally, I would get rid of Allen first. My boy Michael Greenawalt asked, has Craig Porter Jr. shown enough to play regular minutes at point guard? I don't really know how to answer this yet because if Lonzo Ball comes back healthy, well, he is healthy now, but I'm saying if he comes back to anything he was before, like before the knee injuries, if he comes back to anything like that, I just think it's a bad look. Not a bad look because it's not anything he can control, but it's just not a good sign for Craig Porter Jr. because Lonzo's going to take that second point guard spot 100%. But we're going to need him to step up this year, so I guess that's how we kind of have to look at it. So who knows? But appreciate the question. Last but not least, my boy Jack, the Cavs Jack. He asks, who starts, Strus or Hunter? I was very on the fence about this, but with the recent moves we've made in acquiring Lonzo in the trade, signing Sam Merrill, letting Ty Jerome walk, I'm more inclined to start Strus because I get like he's not the traditional 3. I think he's like 6'5", but Strus does way more than just shoot on our team. He hustles. He plays defense. He's a decent passer. He's a decent playmaker. And yes, they're different. I don't. And Hunter, and I'm not saying Hunter doesn't deserve to start, but Hunter just gives us a different look and a better look when he comes off the bench, I feel like. Yeah, I don't really know. So I guess I'm going Strus. I didn't think I would, but I guess I'm going Strus. I did not expect that. Did not expect that from me. All right. I feel like I got through I got through all the questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Podcast coming soon again. Maybe I'll do this. I can't do this every episode, obviously, but off-season questions feel like kind of good. Feel like kind of made sense. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, comment what you thought of all these questions too. If you think you agree with me, if you think I made no sense at all, please let me know. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure you sub. I think we're one away from 500 when I'm posting this video. Please help me out. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. It's your boy AP. I'm out. Deuces.